What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be reviewing Avengers Endgame, as you can tell by the title. Normally, I review movies right after I see them, but for this occasion, I decided to wait until the next morning. It's actually about 10 o'clock right now. I saw the movie at, what time? Oh, 6 o'clock last night, which is like, the early Thursday night showing. So, as part of, the general public, I was able to secure, a good early showing, thankfully, and good seats as well. I know that's, a difficult thing, especially with this movie, because of all the records it broke and whatnot. But thankfully, I knew when tickets went on sale and everything like that. So, like I said, normally I review the movie right after, but, I'm not going to talk about spoilers, by the way, until the end, and I'll say when I'm going to do that. This movie had so much in it, and it's literally way too much to process, right? After the movie, I was literally just at a loss for words. Literally, I was just wow. I saw it with my sister. And we were just talking about a couple things, but I really didn't have much to say. I was just at a loss for words. Afterwards, I actually met up with a couple people and we were talking about the movie. And it was getting late. And I was like, oh, I still got to do the movie review, but I guess I'll just do it tomorrow because I need some time to breathe. You know what I mean? But we did talk about a lot of things. In particular. But I won't say anything here right now. The movie had a lot in it. And it's kind of giving me, okay, here's the thing with this movie. I need to rewatch it more times. This always happens to me with, most movies. I need to watch them more and more and more to finally get a full, realization of how I really feel about the movie, because with Infinity War, for example, last year, I remember not knowing what, because that movie had so much in it, but this movie is literally it's so much more. I can't even explain it. That movie had so much going on in it, but I feel it was more, as compared to this one, Infinity War is actually more condensed, believe it or not. That movie is condensed, really, yeah. I can't believe I'm saying that, because that movie has so much going on in it. In a way to where I think I actually prefer Infinity War over this one, which is nuts. But right now, like I said, I don't know that for sure, but right now, that's how I'm feeling. I feel I actually don't think Endgame is the #1 MCU movie. But like I said, once I own it and I see it more and more and more, I might change my mind on that. But for now, I think I actually do like Infinity War a little more. Because at a point in this movie, okay, it's there's so many great things, but it's too much. You know what I mean? At a point, I was just I love all the stuff they're doing in this, there's so many different things I could point out that are great. But they add up to too much. You know what I mean? It's not superhero fatigue in a way. It's just it's I can't believe I'm saying this. It's the movie was so good. It's kind of a negative. I don't know. It's just this weird, strange feeling I have. I started getting it last night after the movie, and I'm also starting to feel it this morning. I'm that movie was it was really good, but it was almost too good. Yeah, I don't know. And like I said, I can't talk specifics right now. At the end of the video, I might be able to explain it better when I talk about spoilers. But, I will say the movie was a great conclusion for many storylines. And also had many, many great tie-ins to other movies. Wow. It's definitely a very different movie than Infinity War. I could see why they didn't go with the original plan, calling the first one Infinity War Part 1, and then this one Part 2. I'm glad they didn't do that, because, this movie is very, very different. And, I could tell it had to be 3 hours. Honestly, it could have been longer, because certain things felt not rushed, but from scene to scene, it seemed like they're trying to compact everything. You know what I mean? They wanted to make it a friendly runtime for generally anybody. And 3 hours is already too long for most people. Everyone's like, oh, what if I have to use the bathroom? Come on, nobody's ever watched 3 hours of something before, really. Come on, everybody's done that. Binge watch, Netflix shows or whatever, and not use the bathroom without even realizing it. You know what I mean? I don't know why everybody. Geez, no one ever watched Lord of the Rings in theaters, you know what I mean? Or, what comes to mind for me is the latest Blade Runner movie. It's not quite 3 hours, but it's almost. But anyways, yeah, I can see why it had to be 3 hours. I'm sure, like, they had to take stuff out, and it probably, like, I think there was, like, news that the movie was, like, running about 4 hours originally or something like that, and they had to take stuff out. So I could definitely see that. But yeah, like I said, something about the movie, it's just like, there's so many great moments. Like, oh my god, like, look at that, and I can't believe they did that, and did that, and like, I don't know, it just like seemed like so much, and that's what the movie's supposed to be, you know what I mean? And also, it's probably part of, overhyping, you know what I mean? Like, I was so hyped for this movie. I posted something on my Instagram where I said, this is the most hyped I've ever been for a movie in my life, and it's true, because I was very hyped for this movie. I was literally thinking about it all the time, like, every day. And I don't want to ruin this, I don't want this to be like, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, I don't want this to, like, ruin it for you, you know what I mean? The movie is great. It really is. As far as a rating goes, like, I don't know, but I mean, probably like a 9 out of 10. You know what I mean? I feel like after I watch it more and more, I might just land with 9 out of 10. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to ruin this for anybody, but for me personally, I don't know. It just kind of, it's a weird thing. There's never been a movie like this. That's got so much in it, and it wraps up so many different things. It's got all these characters. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very crazy thing. It's just very odd. I don't know. I don't really know. It's just like indescribable. You know what I mean? I wonder if anybody else is going to have the same feelings I do about it. And no, this is not a negative review by any means. I need to stress that. Like I said, 9 out of 10. And the Russo brothers did a great job directing, of course. And I saw something last night that said they're not going to do any more Marvel after this. I can understand, these last movies they've done, all the movies they've done have been big undertakings, I can assume. Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, especially. I know they did Winter Soldier, which is arguably the best movie in the series. It's definitely one of the best. It's in my top 5. But yeah, all the movies they've directed have been like, super complex and whatnot. So I can understand that. And just the way they wrap up things in this movie, it's done very well. Oh, and I need to mention too, how many times did I cry? I watch Tyrone Magnus on YouTube, if you guys know him. He said he cried 4 times in the movie, and I was trying to like figure out what times would be those. And I think I know which times they were. I'll mention them in the spoilers. I cried twice, and my eyes got watery a couple times. I don't know how many times, but yeah, it's a very emotional movie. But also the movie, it's like, it's such a roller coaster because there's so many great moments where you want to cheer and scream and everything. And the audience I was with was like screaming at the top of their lungs. It was so awesome. I assume everybody's audience is gonna be like that. Yeah. So I cried twice. Yeah, just really emotional stuff. And I'll mention them in the spoilers, which times those were. But I think that's about it for the non-spoiler talk. I pretty much said all I had to say about it. Yeah, so Endgame, everyone's going to see it. I assume it's probably going to be, I don't know if it's going to be number 1 all time, because that's Avatar, which made over $2 billion. But this might become number 1. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's shattering records. I would not be surprised if it became number one, because I didn't think anything could top Infinity War after this, and this definitely topped it in terms of scale, in terms of like, you know, hype, even, you know what I mean? Because after that movie, it's just like, Jesus Christ, what happens next? Um, you know, the marketing, they're very, very smart about not showing too much from the movie. Um, yeah, but like I said, I think right now, I like Infinity War a little more because it's a more condensed movie, and I don't know, for me, it just works better. But then again, I've only seen this once, so, and I'm still processing it, I guess, you know, because there's so much. Um, yeah, so, I think it might be number one all time box office. We'll see what happens. I would like it to be. That'd be great. But, yeah. So that's about it for non-spoilers. So for those of you who haven't seen the movie yet, just leave the video. You can come back after, whatever you want. Please, if you're an MCU fan, you do not want to hear the things I'm about to say. If you haven't seen the movie. So go see the movie and come back, okay? And I know it's sold out for like, I don't know how many days, but I'm sure you can find a showing somewhere. I'm sure after this weekend, if you don't get a chance to see it, come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those will probably be the best days to try and see it, because I'm sure the hype will have died down quite a bit, because everyone's trying to go, especially this weekend, because it's just, you know, the release date and everything so close to these days. So yeah, that's about it for the non-spoilers. So here we go, spoilers, all right? Leave the video. Okay. So the two times I cried were Black Widow's death and Iron Man's death, because Jesus Christ. I don't know how you cannot. Actually, the whole entire Iron Man death and funeral thing, the thing at the lake, the proof that Tony Stark has a heart thing, pushed in the water, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've pretty much been a fan of this series since the beginning. Like, I didn't see Iron Man in theaters, but I do remember getting the DVD, the Target DVD, the Iron Man. I still have it somewhere. It was like the Iron Man mask was the case, and you open it up, it's got the discs inside. I bought that like right when it came out, so that was 2008 still, a couple months after the movie came out, obviously. But I've been a fan ever since then. So I've literally been a fan of this since the beginning, pretty much. And seeing Iron Man die like that, and the way it happened, you know, War Machine and Pepper and Spider-Man were all there next to him. It was just, yeah, it was just, oh my God. Yeah, so that was a perfect ending for him. The fact that he got to wield the stones and snap his fingers. And something I need to mention too. There's this theory going around that he would wield the gauntlet in his left hand, because the very first shot, well, not the very first shot, but the very first time you see Iron Man in the first Iron Man movie, you see it's a shot of him holding like a drink in his left hand. You know, he's in the back of the what is it? The army vehicle with the soldiers or whatever. And throughout the other movies, he always injures his left hand, especially in Civil War. His left arm was in a sling or whatever, right? So, like, literally, everyone had these theories about, oh, Iron Man's going to wield the gauntlet, probably, in his left hand, because that's what Thanos wears a left-handed gauntlet. But at the end of this movie, you know, he does get the stones on his suit, in a way, but it's on his right hand. I don't know why they didn't go with the left-hand thing. It doesn't really make much of a difference, left or right, but if they did on the left, it would have connected back, literally, to the very first shot of Iron Man, his left hand holding the glass. I don't know. They kind of, I don't know why they did that. Were they aware or not aware? I don't know. Another thing, when I was mentioning earlier, the movie had so much in it to where it's kind of like, not a negative, but like, I don't know. I like when movies go back. Like, they obviously went back in time to several different, you know, they went back to the Battle in New York, Thor went back to Asgard, you know, they went to Vormir, and they also went to where, what was it, Morag, where Star-Lord was dancing, you know? at the beginning of that stuff, it was great. Like, I loved it. I was like, oh, this is so cool. They're doing all this stuff going back. But after a certain point, it kind of turned into too much. You know what I mean? Like, not retreading. Like, some of it felt like retreading, but like, I don't know. It felt like a little much at a certain point. Like, I thought it was so cool that they actually had Hulk meet the Ancient One. They even had Robert Redford in the movie, and he's retired. I was like, what? I assume they filmed this before he filmed his last movie he just did, because he said he's retiring after this. What was it? The Old Man and the Gun? I never watched it, but that was so shocking to see Robert Redford again. Yeah, it was so cool. They had Crossbones in the elevator again, and Cap was like, Hail Hydra. That was, oh my god, that was a cool reference to recent comics. And then they had Captain America fighting Captain America. Like I said, it was awesome, but at a certain point, it became like, all right, they're doing a little too much with this time travel thing. It kind of went on a little too long, I think. But it was really good, and it was well done. Again, the Star-Lord thing, singing Come and Get Your Love, that was awesome. And then I could tell. When they said they had to go back and get the stones, I'm like, oh no, the Soul Stone, the only way to get that is by someone sacrificing someone else. And as soon as they paired up Hawkeye and Black Widow to go do that, I was like, oh no, one of them is going to die. And I assumed it would have been Hawkeye, because at the beginning of the movie, you know, it starts with him. Literally, the movie starts off with Hawkeye, so I was like, oh no, he's probably going to die, because they're starting off with him. So I thought, you know, that was actually a good trick on them, making me think it was going to be Hawkeye. I really did think it was going to be him. And then the fact that him and Black Widow were like fighting each other to see who gets that was perfect for their characters, literally. I couldn't think of a better way for her to go out. But like I said, that death in particular, like Black Widow's death, you know, it did emotionally hit me, but it was retreading Gamora's death. That's the only thing. It's like the same thing again. Like the same music playing, and she's lying there dead, and it's like, I already cried at that once. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know if I can, like, but I still ended up doing it anyways, crying. But I don't know. It just kind of felt like, I get it though. That's how they have to get the Soul Stone. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, they really did trick me there. And I wish in the trailers they didn't show Hawkeye running through the tunnels. You know, after the base gets destroyed and he's running through the tunnels or whatever. They shouldn't have shown that in the trailer, because anyone who remembers that is like, wait, they haven't shown Hawkeye running through the tunnels yet. That means he's probably going to survive, and Black Widow's probably going to sacrifice herself. Even though they do trailer manipulation, so, but whatever. Thankfully, though, I didn't think of that during the movie. So I still thought Hawkeye was going to be the one to die. So yeah, those two deaths, Iron Man and Black Widow, really, those hit me. And the way they wrapped up Captain America's story was perfect. I mean, wow. He literally got to do what he didn't get to do, was live his life with, you know, Peggy Carter. And he passed the shield on to Falcon, which is cool. That was a theory for years. It's like, who's going to be the next Captain America? And it ended up being Falcon. So yeah, he had a perfect wrap up. Like, I honestly could not think of a better way to wrap his story up. You know, he obviously is an old man now, so he can't be a superhero anymore. So they didn't kill him off, but they gave him the perfect ending without killing him off. You know what I mean? So that was cool. And the fact that he got to pick up Mjolnir was so great. That was awesome. Like, oh my god. The theater went crazy. I love that they did that. And also, Thor was dual-wielding Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. There is literally so much to talk about in this movie. Like, it's crazy. I can't talk about everything here, because I don't want this video to be, like 5 hours long. But, wow. Jesus Christ. Oh, I love that Korg was in the movie, too. That was amazing, because I love Korg. Valkyrie, of course. But literally, when everyone showed up at the end, and it was literally like a Lord of the Rings-esque battle. I was just like, wow. And that was the point where I was like, okay, this is amazing, but it's like way too much. But not as a negative. Even though I'm making it sound like a negative, it's just like, I don't know, like... And honestly, though, you know, it is a perfect way to end the first, 10 years of movies and whatnot. But, like, I don't know. It was just, like, so much to process. Like, all these characters together. Like, literally everybody. The only person that wasn't at the battle was Black Widow, unfortunately, because, you know. But, like, literally everybody was at that battle. Yeah. And Thanos. Oh, man. Him fighting Thor and Iron Man and Captain America, that was a great fight. Jesus Christ. With that weapon he has. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I don't know. The whole movie was crazy. And I was surprised how little Captain Marvel was in the movie. You know, she was there in the beginning and then showed up at the end again. Which probably, you know, a lot of people don't like Captain Marvel, so I understand why that would be a good thing for people. I personally don't mind her, like I said. I understand the actress, Brie Larson, is kind of a social justice warrior or whatever. But I'm not like I'm more of like an optimist, you know what I mean? So like I don't mind what she's doing so far. In my Captain Marvel review, I was kind of like she didn't really connect with the audience that much. I felt like she actually was kind of better in this movie, in terms of like not being so not awkward, but like I don't know. Like in Captain Marvel, she was trying to be like charming and clever and stuff like that and funny. And some of it worked and some of it didn't. But in this movie, I thought she was solid. But she wasn't in it much. That's the thing. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with her over the next few years. I assume she's going to be maybe not the face of the MCU, but she'll definitely be one of the main players. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But anyways, yeah, that whole fight was amazing. And Thanos got snapped away, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like so much to process. Like, Jesus Christ. I didn't know the movie was going to be that huge. Yeah, and what else was I going to say? Oh, wow, I just had something on my mind, but I totally forgot it. Oh, yeah. I think they're setting up many things, obviously, but I think one of the main things they're setting up is Guardians Volume 3, because out of nowhere, Gamora just disappears. And it looks like the next Guardians movie is going to feature, you know, Thor. I guess he's going to be part of the team now. He's going to be with them, and they're going to go looking for Gamora probably, because they were, at the end of the movie, they were, like, searching for her on that screen or whatever. I'm guessing because that's 2014 Gamora, she's, like, trying to, like, find herself, you know what I mean? Because she's like, oh, I'm supposed to become this, but I'm not. And I think that's the plot of the next Guardians movie, because they purposely didn't show her at the end of the movie. At Tony's funeral. Like, everyone was at Tony's funeral. Gamora wasn't there, though. And it showed that they were looking for her. So, that's probably the plot of Guardians 3. And I'm glad. I am so glad, like, everyone's back. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Vision is dead still, it looks like. And, yeah. That's upsetting. Oh, well, poor Vision. But, yeah, still. I don't know if I have much else to say for spoilers, but like there's so many other things, like Tony talking to his dad, the Loki taking the Tesseract, that was funny. But there is so much in this movie. The Hulk stuff was hilarious, by the way. That first time you see Hulk, that was great. So I assume Hulk is sticking around, Thor's sticking around. Hawkeye/Ronin, I don't know if he's sticking around or not. Because, in Civil War, he was already kind of retired, but then he had to come back out and help fight. So I assume he's probably just going to retire now again with his family. So I assume Hulk and Thor are going to be like the two mainstays, maybe. Chris Evans said he's done already. You know, obviously Iron Man and Black Widow, they're gone. But there might be a Black Widow solo movie, apparently. We'll see what happens. You know, her past. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, the next main, I guess, Avengers team is probably going to be Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Falcon, with the shield as Captain America, you know what I mean? I guess the Guardians as well, unless they're going to be separate, you know what I mean? With Guardians 3 and stuff like that. But future Avengers movies, I assume they're probably gonna join in. Yeah, it's just like certain people who haven't been in as many movies. You get what I'm saying? Because at this point, the Guardians have only been in what, 4 movies, whereas compared to like Captain America and Iron Man, they've both been in like 10 movies. I think. You know what I mean? Because after a certain number of movies, I think their contracts run out. So yeah, who else am I missing? Scarlet Witch. She's definitely gonna be a member. Winter Soldier, I guess. Black Panther. You know, Ant-Man. Yeah, because Ant-Man's only been in, what? 4 movies, right? 2 Ant-Man, Civil War, this one. Yeah, 4 movies. So, yeah. So those people are going to be sticking around for a long time. They're probably going to make up the next 10 years of the movies. But, yeah, next is Spider-Man Far From Home. And can't wait to see what that's like. Yeah, so that's about it, I think. 26 minutes so far. I think that's enough. There is just so much to talk about. Like, there's literally more I could talk about, but I don't want to make this so long. And I need to see the movie many more times. And I might do an updated ranking of the MCU once I own it and everything like that. I already pre-ordered the Steelbook, by the way. I love the fact that they literally announced the Steelbook today on Best Buy's website. It looks nice. I already pre-ordered it. I think it comes out August 20th, I read somewhere. So I can't wait for that. But that's about it. So, Avengers Endgame, what'd you guys think of it? I think 9 out of 10 is probably where I'm going to be at with it after I've seen it many times. And then at that point, I'll decide what I like better. That or Infinity War. I think right now I like Infinity War more. Yeah, just for now. But I get it. If you guys like Endgame as number 1, I totally understand. But that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. That has been Avengers Endgame. Crazy movie. I hope it's number 1 all time because it deserves it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.